Hey guys, it's me Samantha here today with 100% natural light. I could not get the lighting to be on point today because even with the curtains drawn, the sun was just blaring inside, so I just decided to embrace it and we got all of the natural light in here, no artificial lights, and we are going to talk about the purchases that I made in the last 2 months and some purchases just a little bit beyond that, just because things came a little late in the last period and I just didn't have time to touch it before, and now I did. So to get started, we're going to talk about palettes first, and the palettes that were probably purchased in September but I didn't get to touch and actually play with till October and November. The first one being the pumpkin palette. This palette is really beautiful. I didn't use it way too much, but I used it primarily for the mattes. The mattes are really gorgeous in this, and I used it in conjunction with the next palette that I'm going to talk to you about. But I just wanted to say that this palette is really beautiful. The mattes go on really nice and creamy. I was not disappointed. It reminded me why I used to love Too Faced so much, and that, you know, they do make good quality stuff even though a lot of things don't always appeal to me. The next palette I wanted to talk to you guys about was also purchased in September, is the Pat McGrath Celestial Divinity palette. I did do a whole video on this palette and this is what she looks like. She is really pretty as well. Unfortunately, there are only 3 mattes in here and it's like not focusing on either one of us. Alright, there's only 3 mattes in here. This shade here, which is pretty fair. You have this one burgundy shade and then this berry tone, which I just felt like was not enough, but with all the shimmers I was not going to complain. For the price point, it was like $75 for this palette, and it's really stunning. I like the packaging. It's nice and flat. There's a lot of glare because it's so bright in here, and this palette has a lot of gold. I use these together because the mattes in here really help give depth to the looks that I was creating with this palette. I think they're phenomenal. They're definitely really great palettes. If you're interested in buying them, I definitely would recommend it. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the Charlotte Tilbury Bejeweled to Hypnotize, Bejeweled Eyes to Hypnotize palette, and this is what she looks like. This was a palette that kind of surprised me because it is a very neutral palette with just a couple pops of color. You got like a purple and a red, and then everything else is pretty neutral. Let me kind of bring it up close so you can see. Everything else is pretty neutral in there, but I actually really love this palette. It was great for quick looks for work. I really like how she separated it into little trios, and I am really happy with this purchase. The next palette was the SHEGLAM Blossom palette. Now I had a big SHEGLAM purchase. I don't think I edited that video and posted it. If you're interested in seeing another SHEGLAM haul, let me know and I can post that video. I just wasn't sure how relevant it was because literally it took like 8 weeks to get my package, and by then I just was not as excited about it. But this was a palette that I actually purchased in the first SHEGLAM haul that I did, and I had planned to put it in like a giveaway because it's more neutral leaning, and I was thinking I wasn't going to want to play with it, but I ended up repurchasing it to put in my giveaway pile and opened this one up because I was so highly impressed with the Breeze palette. I really wanted to play with this, and this one did not disappoint. The mattes are not like anything to write home about, but they're not bad at all, and the shimmer shades in these palettes are remarkable. I don't think the camera is going to catch it because of the bright intensity, But you have like this color here is a dual chrome. It's like a pink, I wish you could see, a pink to gold shift, and then this really bright gold and this taupe. They're just beautiful, beautiful formula for their shimmers, which is so surprising because these palettes with coupon codes that they always have, you're going to get them for like $4 or $5. I just think that is amazing. Next thing I wanted to talk about was the Glam Light ice cream palette. I still have the packaging with the whole ice cream truck because I just love it so much. And this is what she looks like on the inside. And I will tell you right now, she does not disappoint. These pastel shades come up a little bit more like neon on me as opposed to pastels, but I'm not going to complain because they work on my skin tone. They really do work on my skin tone, and they're stunning, stunning, stunning quality. Probably my favorite colorful matte formula to play with. And I really like the color story that's in this palette along with the packaging and everything like that. It's definitely one of my favorites for this year. The next palette, I haven't actually played with it. This is the Wahala palette from Juvia's Place. I wasn't at first going to pick up this palette because there are some pressed glitters in here, but I did end up picking it up because there are a couple dual chromes and then there is a multi-chrome here, and I just couldn't pass that up. I am a big fan of Juvia's Place and I have a majority of their palettes, so I said just do it and I purchased this palette. I do not regret it. The packaging is stunning per usual and I love it. Another SHEGLAM palette that, again, it took forever to get here, that I used was this Desert palette. It was kind of interesting to me that it's like a rustic orange packaging and then the inside is all pastels, pinks and purples. This is another gorgeous eyeshadow palette from them. I just think that their shimmers are unbelievable. I don't think you can really appreciate them because of the lighting. You can kind of see right here. Alright, I don't know what it is with this lighting, but I'm finding it like virtually impossible to show you guys swatches of the palettes, but again, I will say this palette is absolutely stunning. This purple here is just beautiful and sparkly. This shade right here is actually a dual chrome. She is a beautiful dual chrome. And then this purple shade, I just think the intensity of these shimmers are absolutely stunning, and I honestly don't know how SHEGLAM is getting this done. This little palette I picked up at Ulta, and it is the Wet n Wild Ice Cream Bee palette. This was kind of a limited edition type situation, and I actually had a hard time trying to get my hands on it, but I wanted it really, really bad because it reminded me of the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette that I've been wanting for so very long. I was trying to see if it would help me resist the temptation of actually buying it. Eventually I did purchase it, but I just want you guys to see, I don't think it's a dupe per se, but it's very similar, and I think this performs really, really well. So if you don't want to spend the money, you don't have the money, this is a great alternative if you can find it. I don't know if you can find it. I went on the Wet n Wild website and I could not find this. I could only find the coffee cap, but I guarantee you maybe you'll find it in like a Target and an end cap or something like that. If you can get your hands on this, I think this is a really great dupe for this other palette. This is something I recently purchased on the recent Sephora VIB sale, so I haven't yet played with it, but it's something I really, really wanted for a long time. So I just want to mention that I did purchase this, but I have yet to use it. Something I purchased just for collector's purposes is the Juvia's Place Tri palette. I already have this palette. I wanted this as a backup because there was a short period of time where we thought this was discontinued, and I figured if it ends up actually ever becoming discontinued, I would have a backup. So call me crazy, call me loca. But anyway, I also finally took the plunge and bought the NATASHA DENONA bronze palette. I haven't played with this one yet either. It is very, very new to me. But that's that. I purchased some sponges. So I am a big fan of the e.l.f. sponges, but I decided I wanted to try an actual beauty blender, like the original, and it is really, really good. I like how it fits kind of here in the inner corners and stuff like that. I think it's going to take some time getting used to it, surprisingly, because I do like something softer and that I can work a little bit quicker. I find that this doesn't expand enough for me to like cover my face, so it takes a little bit longer. It does provide a really good coverage, but it's just not my favorite right now. I also picked up the HYPNOTISE Tempito. I don't know. It's like their hot sauce collab sponge. I didn't want the palettes because I feel like I have those palettes already in ColourPop, but I decided to try the sponge because I did like the way it was pointed in the front, and I do like the shape of it. It's a little bit more dense like the Sonia Cashapp one, and it's really, really big, so I'm not a huge fan of that sponge. I'll hold on to it and use it a couple more times, and if I don't fall in love with it, I'll probably, you know, give it to my sister or something. Let's see, highlighters, one more palette, sorry. So the NATASHA DENONA Mini ZENDO palette, I actually really, really like this palette. I'm not a neutral person, but I feel like the tones in here are enough to kind of take it a little bit out of the box. I know some people felt like it was boring. I actually really, really love this palette. I don't know what's wrong with me between this one and the Charlotte Tilbury. I don't know. I just think the shimmers have such a high intensity in those palettes that like it really does differentiate them from other neutral palettes, making them not so neutral, because the intensity of the shimmers are just more noticeable. And I love that because my skin tone is already brown, so I don't, if it's doesn't have an intensity, it kind of just looks like my skin. So anyways, moving on. I did purchase the Charlotte Tilbury limited edition Hollywood Superstar Glow highlighter, and this is beautiful. She is like a pink gold champagne color. I wish to God I could really show you guys, but the light is just crazy up in here. Maybe right there, it's like a sweet spot. All right, that's what she looks like. She's beautiful, she's creamy. For a powder, she is very creamy. She kind of reminds me of texture wise the Maybelline, what are those called? The Maybelline powder highlights, like they have like the little square embossing. And why can't I think of it? You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. I don't need to dwell on that. The other thing I got was, is it in here? Is it in here? I did. The NATASHA DENONA limited edition I Need a Nude Glow highlighter. This bad bee is thebomb.com. I absolutely love her. She's my new favorite highlighter. The color is fantastic. It is a great, beautiful, beautiful champagne gold. I don't know if you can see that, but she is beautiful. I'm wearing her today. Not that you can see because it's so blinding in this room anyway. What else did I get? I got the new Patrick Ta blush in Oh She's Different, which is kind of like a mauvey rosy tone blush. I haven't used her, so I don't have an opinion yet. I mean, I do because I like the other ones that I have. I have She's So LA and Oh She's Different, I think. Oh no, she's different. It's this one. I have She's So LA and like something coral, whatever. Those are really, really good and I love them. So I think I'm gonna love this one as well. Things that I love. Things that I love. These Milani cream blushes. I have all 4 shades. I absolutely adore all of them. I think surprisingly my favorite one is Nude Kiss. But I do look forward to using the Coral Crush and the blushing berry in the summertime, like spring and summer. Like it legit, like, can you not like see this? It's like winter, dark vampy winter. You got your hot summer, right? Your hot tan summer. You got your beautiful springtime coral, and then you got like your fall nudie tone like vibe. Like there's something for everybody, for every season here. I also got the Milani Baked Powder Blushes in Coco Felicita and Sunrise Senorita. I really like these. They're ultra pigmented. You need to be careful, and if you are dark skin girl, pick them up. You are going to love these blushes. Another blush that I fell in love with is the Charlotte Tilbury No Walk of Shame. Girl, this makes me want to buy the lipstick, even though I don't like matte lipsticks. I don't know what is coming over me. In the SHEGLAM purchase that I made, I also picked up this Eye Candy Prolong Wear concealer. I don't know what shade it is. Maybe the shade is Eye Candy. I don't know. But this is what she looks like. It's a big tube. It's 0.85 ounces, and I actually really love this. I lost the cap, and I took a cap from like a sample foundation I have, and I just used on this because I really, really like this. I couldn't believe how much I liked it. It's lightweight, beautiful, full coverage, and I love it. Neutrogena Radiant Primer and Serum Healthy Skin with Peptides. I love this stuff. It has a really beautiful like skincare texture to it. Obviously this is what she looks like there, and she just goes on so smoothly on the skin like water. And right now in the winter time, your skin is thirsty. It's just going to drink this up, make it nice and plump and perfect for getting ready for your makeup. Another primer was the Flower Beauty Supernova Celestial Priming Whip. I actually really like this. I had the Supernova oil thing, and that was not cute. This has very, very small shimmer glitter in it. Doesn't have glitter like the priming oil. This is great. This is great. I absolutely love this. $15, which I didn't think was bad. I got the CBD Flower Beauty Chill Out Color Corrector in Medium Peach. I put it back in the box. I don't like it. I might force myself to try it, but I felt like it was very thin, moved around a lot. It didn't really stick to the skin. The whole point of color corrector, I like it to be a little bit thicker than my regular concealer because I want it to really hold on to the skin where the dark spots are under my eyes, so that when I put my concealer on top, it legit conceals. This just moves around way too much. My new favorite lipsticks are these MAC Powder Kiss Liquid Lip Color. They're probably the most comfortable matte lipstick I've ever used, ever. They do not have like a long wear. They don't stay forever. It's not like a Kylie Jenner thing that's gonna like, you put it on and you need to like put oil, straight oil in your mouth to get it off. This is more just like a whipped, beautiful matte finish lipstick. And this is in the shade Devoted to Chill, but my favorite one is Over the Taupe. I have that in my purse right now, and I just think this is a phenomenal lipstick. I also picked up another shade in the Ulta Black Friday deal. when I purchased my Milani stuff, I got a free mascara of the Highly Rated. This was a surprise. I really like this mascara. It's drugstore and it's really, really good. I don't think it's great for under the eye, but it really gives a lot of drama to your top lashes. Right now I'm wearing the Hourglass something, the new one that's like a tubing mascara. It's okay. It gives length, as you can see, but it doesn't give my lashes any volume or any drama, and my lashes are so small. I feel like I really do need that. So for that, like the Hourglass one is not my favorite. I would even put this one above that. Girl, I purchased the NATASHA DENONA Chromium Liquid Eyeshadow in Ultraviolet. I wore this to work and it was such a hit. It was so funny because my 11-year-old in the morning was like, Mom, that is way too much. You need to take that off your face. And I was like, well, I like it. And so I went to work and everybody was like, oh, what's that on your eyes? It looks so beautiful. Oh my God, I want that. How much does it cost? Where did you get it? Blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, you know what? This is a hit. I want to get all of the shades now. It is beautiful. Milani Prime and Protect. I was interested in this primer because it has SPF 30. I really, really like this. You don't want to use too much because you will kind of get a little bit of a cast, but I think it really made my makeup last all day. It was great to me that I had SPF, even though I feel like you still need to wear SPF when you're going out all day if you're out in the sun. But for me, who goes into work when it's still dark in the morning and leaves and it's dark when I leave, this is perfectly fine for me for SPF under my makeup. And I really, really like it. I think it's worth the money. I have oily skin and I feel like it does kind of mattify a little bit, but not so much that it takes away any of the finish from your foundations. So yes, I really, really like this. Something I've been reaching for quite a bit and I didn't think I would was this IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better foundation. I purchased this from Ulta because they were having some kind of sale, like $15 off or something like that. And I got mine in the shade Tan Neutral 42. And when I got it, I was like, it is a little too neutral. It's going to make me look ashy, but I don't know if you can tell. There's like, when it says radiant, it's because it has like this gold pearl in it. So that kind of helps balance out the neutral like ashiness of it. And it's very lightweight. It looks very natural and pretty on the skin. It's more light to medium coverage. I don't know what all the claims are. Sometimes I don't like to focus on the claim of what the foundation says because I want you guys to know what the claim is that I am experiencing. So this is more of a light to medium coverage foundation, natural radiant finish, and I really, really like it. It lasts all day. It's not anything revolutionary, but it's not bad. If you want to pick that up, I wouldn't tell you not to. The Tatcha Silk Canvas, I purchased this also in the VIB sale because there's no way I'm spending that much on a primer on a regular. And I love this stuff. I feel like a very little bit goes a very long way. Feels nice and smoothing on the skin, but it does mattify those areas that you want mattified, and it does a really, really great job. I feel like this will last me legit forever too, so I don't regret purchasing this at all. So I purchased a bunch of brow products and I'm not going to talk about them because I want to do a separate video on that because I purchased so many brow products and I was comparing them, and I really want to give you kind of a more in-depth idea of what I thought on those. But the Saint Laurent Glow and Matte Lipstick, I've only used it once. The time right now I'm wearing it. I think it's really beautiful, comfortable. I do feel like it's not a matte. I wouldn't call it a matte lipstick. I got mine in the shade 209, which I think was Fulative or something like that. It's pretty. It's a warm tone nude and I like it. It's a unique packaging and I like the way that little diamond thing looks. It's beautiful. I don't think it's revolutionary though. It's not like their shine lips that I just love so much. I got this Flower Beauty Awaken eye pencil in Moonlight. I'm wearing it right now. I actually really like this. I've never tried a nude shade in my waterline. I've been wanting to. This is great. I also put a purchase through ColourPop, and I got these gel eyeliner pencils. I have only really used this brown one, but I will tell you it's really great. I haven't used a gel eyeliner from ColourPop in a long time, and it did not disappoint, so I would imagine the rest will be fine. This, oh, I'm trying to get into lashes, girl. Trying to get into lashes, so I bought this Kiss Lash Glue Liner, and I bought it in black so I can see what I'm doing. And girl, it works. It works. For a beginner person, this is great. You know, you just get the little line. You don't have to do a wing if you don't know how, because I don't. But you can just see where you put it. And, you know, if you're using one of those Kiss or whatever lashes that have like a clear band, this kind of helps hide that clear band. Because I feel like sometimes when you use a clear band, you can kind of see the roots of the hair and you know it's not natural. So you kind of have to put a liner. This kind of disguises that if you're using something like that. These e.l.f. concealers, the eye brightening, flawless brightening concealer, dude, I have had a very love-hate relationship with e.l.f. concealers. These ones right here are the best ones. They give you a light to medium coverage. They are easy to apply. They have these little brushes, and you press the bottom to get it to pop up, kind of like the Charlotte Tilbury nonsense. But these are significantly cheaper than Charlotte Tilbury. The colors are really good, and I have used these, well, the one when I want to do like no makeup, just cover a couple blemishes, cover my dark circles, and powder those areas so they don't move, and I am out the door. These are great. Great. The Soul Body bronzer, body balm bronzer, blah blah blah. I got it in dark, beautiful. I'm wearing it right now. I actually really like it. The Flower Beauty Get Real foundation. This is another love-hate situation. I like it in the short term. I hate it in the long term. If I am going to work, I will never ever wear this. If I'm going to the grocery store and I have nothing else to do and I'm going to come right home, this looks really good. If you have dry skin, you will love this. If you are an oily girl like me, you will turn into a grease monkey. So do not, I'm just letting you know now. The matte putty primer from e.l.f. I don't know how I feel about that. I've only used it a few times. The e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder. This is really good. I like it a lot. Very inexpensive, and this could be like a holy grail from the drugstore for sure. I also got the Star Wars Mandalorian The Child's palette. This is what she looks like. I am wearing it right now. I like it. It's a neutral palette, so it's not like my absolute favorite, but she's so cute. She's so cute. Also, this Milk setting spray, the grip setting spray, I like this more than I like the primer. The primer is good and sticky, but if you have oily skin, sometimes it can just make your whole face too oily, and this does not do that. It does a really great job. Plus it looks really cool when you shake it up. And I got the small version because I never go through setting sprays that much, so I likes it. The Guerlain, I have not played with this yet, so I don't want to, you know, talk too much about that. This is the Ritual Cream Luminizer. Ooh, dramatic. I got mine in the shade Anthelion. It's a rare light luminizer. This is supposed to be a gold with a red shift type of deal, and I don't know if my thing is gonna let me show you swatches. I don't know. Well, what I'm gonna tell you anyways is it's not worth the money. I feel like it looks really pretty on the skin. I wish I could show you what it's supposed to. You know what? There's really no point because it's not going to show you. That's the problem with it. It doesn't show you what I want you to see. It's supposed to be gold with like a red shift. It's not that. You can kind of, if you're like looking for the red shift, you can find it, but it's not just blaringly staring at you. I wanted to say though, like something that is more like that, which is funny, is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Aurora palette. So if you're looking for that kind of thing in this ritual situation and you're not satisfied, the shade Lyra in this palette is that it's a gold when you put it on your skin, and it has a red shine to shift to it. It has what the Ritual one claims to have. And the one in there called Eclipse is similar, and it has more of a pinky shift to it. I don't think I'm gonna get you guys to see it in the camera, but I just want you to know that it's there, that it is there. I'm gonna use this because I spent $30-something on it, but like, dude, if it was $10, I will be offering it to a friend. I'd be like, take this from me. This right here is the Makeup Forever Lipstick and Rouge Artist Subtle Cider. I haven't used this, so I can't really say. This was the last thing I'm going to talk about, and it was something actually sent to me and from Influencer, because I do those like little surveys or whatever on that app, and every once in a while they send me something. Most of the time they send me snacks that I don't like, and I give to my kids, and then I just tell my kids to tell me what they think. But for once they sent me a makeup item here, and I actually had a hard time with the campaign putting my review on there, so I figured I put it here on my channel. So this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lip Stain in Black Cherry. This was very pretty and interesting. It goes on really moussey. It has a very pretty color pigment to it. It's not a very it can be a little patchy, but I think because it's a stain, so you have to put a couple layers on it, and that shit does stain. Okay, I'm gonna take this off my hand, wipe it away, and there you see it's stained. So, and the only thing I don't like is that when you first put it on, it has that dark cherry color, but when you wipe the product away and you're just left with the stain, it's actually more of like a berry tone shade, like a raspberry tone, which if that's not what you're looking for, you're gonna be disappointed. Now that I know that, you know, I'll wear it when I know I'm gonna be wearing a shade that is gonna look good with that, like a eye look or something that's gonna look good with a raspberry shade lip. I wouldn't assume that it's going, you know, go in, do a brown look and put a black cherry and think it's gonna pop, and then you have a fuchsia lip for the rest of the day. Just be aware of that. So that was everything that I purchased in the last 2 months, which is a lot of stuff. I keep telling myself I'm gonna calm down, slow down, whatever, but what can I say? What can I say? So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you could come back and hang out with me some more. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. Love you guys. Bye.